Good day everyone, we are the group 3. So for this video, we will be discussing the characteristic of objective, smarter objective settings, and the 3 domains of learning. So before we start, I am Anika S. Ancheta from BPED 2A and I will be discussing the characteristic of objective. So first, let us define what is objective. Objective is a learning objective states what student will learn by the end of the lesson or the module. So, pag sinabi nating objective, ito yung dapat matutunan ng estudyante after the discussion or the lesson. So, sa paggawa ng objective, merong characteristic na dapat natin i-apply. At sabi dito, objective setting is a structure for the practical application and achievement of competencies and result as fundamental concept of education. Consideration is deemed essential in alignment and implementation. So, in making objective, dapat naka-align and essential yung objective mo sa lesson mo. Dapat konektado yung objective mo sa lesson mo. Hindi naman pwedeng ang ituturo mo ay badminton tapos ang nasa objective mo is basketball. Hindi po pwede yon. Dapat konektado yung objective sa lesson. Smart objectives are defined as established goals and objectives within by the parameter that combine structure and flexibility. The SMART or the acronym SMART setting of targets provide a demonstrative setup toward a specific target with dependable objective and estimated timeable to attain the goals. So sinabi ko kanina, merong characteristic na dapat nating i-apply when we are making objective. So, ang characteristic na dapat nating i-apply ay yung SMART. The S stands for specific, the M, measurable, the A, achievable, the R, relevant, and the last, the time-based. So, now let's discuss the first characteristic of objective, which is the specific. The learning objective should be well-defined and clear. It states exactly what will be accomplished. So, meaning, dapat ang objective is on point and is specific. Like, for example, ituturo mo ay badminton. At ang nakalagay sa objective mo is at the end of the unit, student will be able to enumerate the different kind of equipments that being used in badminton. So, very specific siya kasi at the end of the lesson, dapat matutunan ng estudyante yung mga equipments na ginagamit sa badminton. Next, measurable. The learning objective should provide a benchmark or a target so that the institution can determine how much the target has been reached, by how much it has been exceeded, or by how much it has been falling short. So, dapat ang objective is measurable. Next, achievable. Your learning objective must be something your learners have chance of completing and satisfying. So, kailangan ang objective mo ay kayang matutunan or kayang i-achieve ng iyong estudyante. Next is relevant. The objective should be something the learner sees the value in learning. Don't teach materials that is not important or won't be used. So, kailangan yung objective mo ay related sa lesson na ituturo mo. Kailangan konektado yung objective mo sa lesson mo. Hindi pwedeng ang ituturo mo ay badminton tsaka ang nasa objective mo is basketball. So, kailangan ang iyong objective is relevant. Now, the time bound. Learning objective should include a specific date by which it will be completed. So, halimbawa, ang oras ng klase natin ngayon is 1 to 3. So, meaning, within 2 hours, kailangan lahat ng nasa objective mo ay maituro mo at matutunan ng estudyante mo. Yun ang tinatawag na time-bound. So, those are the characteristics of objective that we need to apply when we are going to make or create an objective. Now, let's move to the smarter objective settings. In creating objective, there are 3 types of learning based on Bloom's taxonomy. First is the cognitive, second, the affective, and the last, the psychomotor. First, cognitive. Cognitive pertains to the intellectual skills of the individual or the learners. Basically, it focuses more on one's knowledge. So, pag sinabi natin cognitive, nakapokus siya sa intellectual capacity ng learners. So, meaning more on memorization. Next, the affective. Affective pertains to the development in feelings or expressive areas. Basically, it is all about one's attitude or self-reflection. So, when we say affective, nakapokus siya sa feelings and emotion ng learners. So, lastly, the psychomotor. Psychomotor pertains to manual or physical skills that a student may acquire after the discussion of the lesson. It is all about the competencies that a student may acquire. So, when we say psychomotor, nakapokus siya sa physical movement, which is more on practical and activity. So, those are the three domains of learning. Now, let's focus on the cognitive domain. To further discuss the cognitive domains, let's have the illustration of Bloom's taxonomy. A classification system of learning habits can be understood as the aim of the learning process. The learner should have gained novel abilities, expertise, and attitude during the teaching and learning period. The cognitive domain includes the development of consciousness and intellectual capacity. Kagaya nga sinabi ko kaganina, pag sinabing cognitive, nakapokus siya sa intellectual capacity ng isang tao at sa pagkakaroon ng consciousness sa mga bagay-bagay. This involves remembering or recognizing necessary information, organizational pattern, and principles that help in the event of mental skills. Let's begin discussing from the easiest to the most complex. The easiest in Bloom's taxonomy is remember. After the remember, we have understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. In remember, students are able to recall facts and basic concepts. The main words used on making objectives under remembering are define, duplicate, list, memorize, repeat, and state. After the remember, the next one, which is more difficult than remember, is understand. In understanding, students should be able to explain ideas and concepts. The main words used in making objective under understanding are clarify, describe, discuss, explain, identify, locate, and recognize. After understand, we have apply. In applying, students should be able to use information in new situation. The main words used on making objective under applying are execute, implement, solve, use, demonstrate, interpret, cooperate, schedule, and sketch. Next, the analyze. In analyzing, students should be able to draw connection among ideas. The main words used on making objective under analyze are different, organize, relate, compare, and contrast. Next is the evaluate. In evaluating, students should be able to justify a stand or decision. The main words used on making objective under evaluating are appraise, argue, defend, judge, select, support, and critique. Lastly, after the student remember, understand, apply, analyze, and evaluate, they will be able to create. In creating, student will be able to produce new or original work. So by the way, this Bloom's taxonomy is revised. That's why it became remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. But the original domain are the knowledge, comprehension, application, analyze, synthesis, and evaluation. So the chart shown compares the original taxonomy with the revised one. So as you can see, yan yung original domain ng cognitive and the revised one. They revised it because Bloom thinks that the new taxonomy show more active form of thinking and is perhaps more accurate. So for the further discussion of the cognitive, here is Sir Clark.